Hey, it's Wednesday, and that means it's live backstage with Cindy Rowe, and I have two amazing guests. Well, actually, one right now. The other one actually had to go and do some work, but she's going to be joining us here soon. I have Laura and Rosa from Salt+Sol, who actually I went to high school with, and it's so awesome to actually have an opportunity to sit down and chat with them. So welcome, Laura.
Thank you, Cindy, for having us. We're real excited today to sit and talk to you.
Awesome. So give our listeners and people that will be following up watching this later a little bit of a heads up on what actually Salt+Sol is and where they can find you.
Yes, well, Salt+Sol is located in South Beloit. Rosa and I are sisters, and we opened Salt+Sol a year ago, December 2019. And we actually had been planning on it for about 5 or 6 years. I'm military family, and Rosa and I would get together and do some girls trips, and we would be like, oh, what do you want to do? And we started visiting salt rooms. Loved the experience, felt great and rejuvenated after going to sessions. And then Rosa, she's a nurse. So she started looking into it, and she's like, oh my gosh, look at all these benefits. And it's amazing how it can actually benefit us individually as a family. I have some autoimmune issues, and my mom has COPD. We have some family with psoriasis, like all these different things. And of course, we all have stress and, all these things in our life. And we started realizing that, salt therapy, it's natural, it's holistic, and it really is good for you. So when I moved back, we had said, we need to start doing this regularly. And there was nothing in our area, nothing close. It was good for a girls' day, to go drive a few hours and go enjoy it. But there was nothing to be able to actually put into our routine. So, we had been joking around about it for years and kind of, we should do this. And pretty soon it was like, why aren't we doing this? And yeah, so we took the leap. We went to a salt therapy conference in 2019. Yep. And decided, this will know. And we went to this conference. We learned so much, and we met people who were just so like-minded like us, and really just knew this was it. Why aren't we doing this? We got to break ground, and we got to do this. So yeah. You want to add anything?
No, and and what we ended up doing, we wanted to actually build like a destination place, and my husband reeled us back in real quick on that. And it's like, no one even knows what salt therapy is, and maybe you should educate and get your name out there. And we are currently, me and my husband own Integrity Auto Care. So we are located in the same building as them. And so it's a little odd, but it actually isn't at all. And we're really grateful that we are in this area, or in that area.
Yeah.
We opened in December of 2019 and had to close in March 2020 for COVID. And I'm so grateful that we were in this location, because we would have been we would have never made it. So, and then we reopened back up in June.
So less than 6 months in business, basically, you had to close your doors and really not know what the future held. So what a scary situation. And I gather you were grateful that you did not have, that extra overhead of having your own place, at that time. So are there plans to grow and expand anytime soon?
Yes,
there is.
Yeah, we are in the works of trying to find the perfect location. So we have been looking, we drive. So if anyone sees our car that says Salt+Sol, we're really not creepy people. We drive, we're looking at businesses and scouting and looking at locations, and people are looking at us like, why are you peeking in windows and for these places? And yeah, we're really looking for that right spot right now. So we are
we are planning on moving soon. So, just like you said, finding that right location, and we're still exploring and, deciding whether we're going to lease. We haven't ruled out the fact of building,
Right.
but just trying to be fiscally responsible in the process as well.
Yeah, well, that's super exciting. So tell me how you guys went from this concept of salt therapy, and you guys know all about it, but perhaps our community doesn't, right? We're not in the trendy areas, we're kind of out in the boonies.
Yeah.
So how did you get the word out? Like, what did you do? Like, what was your main focus on how you're going to educate people on exactly what salt therapy is and how it can help not only somebody with issues, but just your average Joe?
Right. Well, a lot of the things that we did, when we opened, we did a lot of social media, a lot of word of mouth. Of course, we did reach out to our local media, and we're lucky enough to have some articles written up, and just to kind of like new to the area. Biggest thing that we had is when we first opened, we were contacted by the television station in Madison about seasonal depression. And salt therapy is amazing for emotional health and for that seasonal depression, for stress, anxiety. And this is something, stress and anxiety, everybody has on one level or another. Yeah. And so to be able to come in, and you don't have to have something wrong with you, even though it is amazing for respiratory care and for, all these different ailments, you can come in and just be able to disconnect, shut your cell phone off, put it away, and be able to actually just relax. And so that was huge for us to be able to have that opportunity for Madison coming out here and interviewing Rosa at the time. And then, of course, when we were shut down, we were all of a sudden we're online and doing lives all the time and just talking about all of the benefits. The three main benefits are respiratory, skin, and emotional health. But like I said, anybody, we have runners who come in here who do regular sessions, and the regular sessions actually open their airways and increase their air capacity so they can improve on their time for running. And we have athletes who come in, we have families who come in to help their children and with anxiety, which has been huge during e-learning. Yeah, we had a lot of families come in, and and it was just, I'm just going to try it out. I don't know what this is about. And we would get husbands are a tough one because but we get them. They come in, the wives will drag them in, and drag them in is really about right. But I don't know what this place is. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm here. And they are the ones who will come out, and we have them sold. I mean, they love it, and they'll get a good nap in. Maybe they're congested. They start draining. But the one is my favorite for family sessions is the husband came in with the wife, husband, and child. And he called back 3 days later and said, I'm getting a gift certificate for my wife and my son. I have never seen him so calm before, and it has lasted 3 days. Wow. And he's autistic. And he said that the son actually said he felt good inside. He felt like things were calm. And so during e-learning, he was always so anxious, and he couldn't get his mind to focus. And so they come in, we have regulars Sundays we have the kids, and they come in and they say they feel good inside. And that whole focus, we have special needs kids. It's not just for kids, but we have special needs kids that come in. We have a young lady who has tremors really bad. And she told us, of all things, I wouldn't think of this. I said, what do you like about the salt therapy? And she said, I love laying in the salt. And I also, when I eat, my fork doesn't shake as much. And I don't, and I'm thinking of all things that she was said so she could eat her cereal.
Yeah, that's what it was. Her spoon
was her
and the
cereal.
cereal in her hands. She doesn't have tremors as much, is what she was trying to tell us. And I thought that was really a neat thing. So,
and I can imagine like that just makes you guys feel so good inside that maybe that wasn't a business objective at first,
right.
as far as having that kind of impact on people. But man, that makes you feel really, really good at the end of the day, like how many people that you are helping in that small way. So tell people how a SALT session works. Like, what does that look like?
So you come in, depending, I'll do a 45-minute Zen Den session. You come in and you just dress comfortably. Nothing special. You put your belongings in the locker. You do not bring electronics in, no hearing aids, Fitbits, phones. Lock them away in the locker. And a lot of people get like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. They'll go in. We give them disposable booties to put on. Take your shoes off. You go in. You have warm, fuzzy blankets. You can lay in the recliner, or you can lay right in the salt.
We have 5,000 pounds of Himalayan salt on the floor,
which me and Laura shoveled ourselves in there. We did.
And, labor of love.
Yeah, it really is. And you lay in there for 45 minutes. We have light therapy on the panels. We let you choose what colors you want. Uplifting, the more brighter colors, the oranges and yellows are uplifting, boost your mood. Or we have the dark blues, the greens are more calming for anxiety. You can pick them on fade. That's our normal. And then we also have meditation music going while you're in there that is aimed towards PTSD, trauma, anxiety, sleep disorders, or it's just a meditation tape for you to just lay back and relax. And then we have the Halo generator, which grinds pharmaceutical salt, not the Himalayan salt that's on the floor. It's pharmaceutical salt. It grinds it. It disperses dry salt into the air. You're able to see it on clothing if you're wearing black. It hits your skin. You're able to taste it on your lips. It looks like a little bit of a fog. Yeah, kind of going through the air. And there's no instructions. You just breathe. And we have that in our thing. Just breathe. And you just lay there and it's so relaxing. Some people sleep. We wake a lot of people up. Sometimes we have a group of women that are in there and they're loud and they're just having a good time. They're reconnecting. And that is the huge thing with families. So if families in there and you'll hear them in there actually having a conversation and reconnecting. So that has been our big thing that we've noticed this year since we opened back up is the whole reconnection of family and actually having a conversation. Yeah. And then afterwards, what else? And then
so when you breathe in that salt actually works on a cellular level. And when you're breathing it in, it opens your airways. Salt is naturally absorbent. It's naturally anti-inflammatory, and it's also naturally antibacterial. Right. So when you're breathing all of that in, it's actually helping to remove any toxins or any mucus that you have going on. It's all natural. So there's
holistic.
So there's no side effects. Some people get a runny nose or a little cough, and that just means it's coming out of their system, which is good. But like Rosa said, it's great, just to take all that in. So that's how it actually helps on the respiratory level and then with skin and emotional health.
That's awesome. So you guys said you're sisters. Well, I knew that, but letting everybody else know, how do the Salty Sisters, as you claim yourselves, how do you guys find working together? What's that like? And, do you still love each other?
We do. It's so funny. Like, we miss each other. We've now established every other weekend we switch off. So I have my niece Emma, her daughter Emma, works with me on the weekends while Laura has a weekend off. And I find myself texting Laura going, "What are you doing today? What are you doing?" And I bug her. And then when I'm off, she's like, "Hey, guess what we just had? Wonderful." And we sit and I'm like, "You know what? I'm not really doing anything. I'm just going to come in."
We have to learn to make better work boundaries because we really enjoy being together, and it's hard to take a day off because like you said, it's, you know, even on our day off, it's like, oh, you know, I miss being in there. I miss doing the projects. I miss, you know, I miss the fun. And we, you know, we work hard, but we laugh so much. We really do.
And we reel each other into, you know, Laura does a lot of the social media part of the work, and I do the background of the banking part of it. And so we do have our roles in our business that we just took on, because, you know, Laura is creative, and she'll throw, I can come up with an idea, but I have no idea how to get it. And so I'll say, I love this idea and I want to do it, but I don't know how to do it. And Laura will come back the next day and go, look what I just made, or look what I just did with that idea. And so we work really well together, and she makes it happen. And yeah, we do. It's been fun. People ask us that because growing up, I think we used to beat each other up a lot, but we
So before you open up the business, did you guys have this close relationship, or do you think that the business actually brought you closer together?
No, we've had a close relationship. Yeah, like every year we planned a trip, and Laura was in the military, so ever since then, wherever she was stationed, I would go out and go visit her, and we talked on the phone all the time, and always very close. Yeah, and,
but I do think this has brought us closer.
Yeah, it has brought us closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, and we have big dreams, and then we go, come on, you know, or we're doing it, or, you know, just it's been fun. It's been a road. I can't believe we're actually doing this, because we've been talking about it for 5 years, and I'm like, move back home, we're going to do it. Yeah. And then she moved back home, and I'm like, oh, I guess we're doing this.
That's awesome. I love hearing that, because I don't know if I could work with my family. So
yeah, no, I get that. But it's been really good. I think we have we're kind of on the same wavelength on a lot of things.
We find that a lot of times, very often, when I get ready to say something, or I start talking about what we're going to be doing next, she'll be like, oh my gosh. And she'll hold up her notepad. I just wrote that down, you know, and, you know, vice versa. Or she'll start something, I'll finish the sentence. And, you know, so we're very compatible on the same wavelength there, and very little disagreement. We're usually, if it is a disagreement, it's usually about something frivolous, like a color or something. Yeah. and then we're pretty much, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, it's, and we call each other out on stuff and go, oh my God, that's weird. Yeah, or something, you know, we'll call each other out on it, and we have no problem with it. Everything's been open and honest, and I appreciate that. And I know our husbands do too, because they questioned that too. Yes. They are like, are you guys sure you guys going to be able to do that? And our parents questioned that too. I don't know why, but it's been great. It actually has been really good.
It sounds like you've figured out too your strengths and weaknesses that you can bring to the business, and that seems to be working really well. So that's awesome that you figured that out early on. Right. What other hurdle have you had besides COVID? Because COVID's been this little pain in the side for all of us, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys had to experience it so soon after you opened. But what's a hurdle that you guys have had to overcome, or what did you do to overcome it?
Probably one of the things that we're working on now, and kind of goes into the part of us expanding, is that, you know, we have opened within a family business. And, you know, so it's wonderful because we're here to help, and we can extend ourselves when needed and kind of things. But we've outgrown our space, and our hurdle, I guess, is parking. You know, we definitely have a parking issue. We are very limited, and that's something that we're constantly trying to work out. You know, we'll run and grab keys and run and move cars real quick and
help out integrity. You know,
trying to keep a positive attitude and realize, you know, it's the cost of business, you know, with where we're at, and you know, we're working on it, and everybody's all hands and trying to make sure that it stays, stay on top of it and everything. But that's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that you can bring to, when you go to your next location, that, parking is a priority, or you've learned that, from where you're at, to make sure that it's
right
wherever you go to, which it sounds like it. And you had mentioned earlier that you kind of wanted to create some sort of destination, and instead of just a place where you go and get salt therapy. So what does that look like? I want to dream with you.
That looks like in our woods. We have some acreage where we live, and we really would love to build a destination where you could go to and drive up and just make it as natural as can be. I would love to have it just using the elements, just pulling up, and I don't want it to be like blacktopped. I want it to just be, you pull up into the woods. Maybe we use solar. We use water. We use the salt. I just want to utilize the wood, utilize the driftwood, and maybe decor and things like that of our decor. With that, we would like more rooms where we can make it more. That's where you finish my sentence.
We are definitely looking at expanding our rooms. We want to, double our capacity, and also be able to incorporate some other modalities as well, and take on more of a spa feeling, but very natural, as well. So still staying on our holistic side, and of course we have our boutique in here as well. That is very feel good, and we just want to really expand on that. Yeah, so I
would say I have some awesome stuff.
Yeah, you got some. That's my favorite one.
I was torn. I should have bought all of them, because the names of these teas are so awesome. But yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but I totally am excited to try it. And it's green tea, so that's awesome. So yeah, you guys, you not only do you have the salt therapy, you have cute little gift items or things that you can add to your home, and tell people about that, because that's the little boutique area is a nice surprise when you walk in. It's not something you think about, that you're going to have there. So tell people what they can find.
Well, within our boutique, of course, selenite. We have a lot of, we really focus on the feel-good items. We want to, when you come in and you do your session, we want you to be able to take that home with you, whether you go home with a salt lamp or some salt scrubs, and be able to use that Himalayan salt. We also have some wonderful bath teas, and we have some wonderful vendors who have partnered with us. We have Betty Lou Botanicals in here, who does customized scents, soy candles, just for Salt+Sol. So they're all exclusive scents, and they're amazing and they're beautiful. We celebrate local artists. So we have some artists in here with original artwork that are from this area. So we have a young man that's from South Beloit here who has all of his original drawings. He has some poems and some music in here. We have a young lady who does healing crystal trees and some macrame. And so it stays very unique, and we try to make sure that it's, just lots of fun feel-good items is really what it comes down to. We have healing stones, and we have sage, and we're told we have some of the best sage available in the area. So
that's awesome. So was that always a plan of yours to include that boutique with the whole setting, or did that just kind of happen?
No, actually, we were just going to do a salt room, and that was it. And then we went to our salt therapy conferences. We go every year for education. And a lot of the salt rooms had a little boutique of just a little something to get. And Laura is very crafty, like I said, and she was like, we can make our own salt scrubs. We can do this. And pretty soon it was salt scrubs, and then pretty soon it was oh, look at these stones. And I'm going to tell you, the stones are a hit. I mean, we put what they do, and
I grabbed one.
yeah, the selenite is the king of stones. I mean, it's really neat. And then we find unique things that there's a lot of things that you can get anywhere. We try to get things, like Laura said, feel good things. People come in here because they're anxious, so we would like to find things to calm them.
Mm-hmm.
People come in here because they are stressed out, or they just don't feel good, or and so we want something to boost that. So we'll do maybe aromatherapy things, just things like that to make people feel good. And then it just kind of escalated into a little bit more, another item, and but they all are unique, and they all should make you feel good.
Yeah,
that was
everything that we have in here are things that Rose and I use,
Mm-hmm.
and things that we find positive in our lives, and so we try to look for the best quality of stuff and to be able to pass that along and have it available.
Yeah,
That's awesome. So what's the best advice that you received since opening up your doors in 2019?
probably to pay ourselves. We haven't paid ourselves. We did, right? Yeah, we
opened under the idea that we were going to pay off our build, and we were going to work really hard in order to not go into debt in building the business and what we love.
Mm-hmm.
And so we foregoed our income, and we have been working, a lot, and doing just that. We have invested in our equipment and our build, and everything we've done, we have, wholeheartedly put everything into it. And then when COVID hit, and all of this assistance came about and said, hey, we're going to be able to help you keep your doors open and be able to stay and to put, we realized, hey, we can't, because we have 10 employees, so we're working a little backwards. I know you and I talked the other day briefly about the business plan, and we're working backwards to do, updating that. And we're working on paying ourselves now. And I guess one of the life lessons is to make sure you put back that little bit for yourself, and be able to do both.
Yeah.
But
who would have thought that would be not the right thing to do?
To be responsible,
to be responsible and do that. Yeah, but it's okay. But yeah, that was one of the advice. They're like, why haven't you paid yourself? Because we do not want to. We wanted to really go in this not owing any money. We wanted to do it the right way, do things off,
but it's okay. We feel good about it still.
Yeah.
We feel like at the end of the day, we feel like, we've put in everything we can, and we are on the other side right now, and being able to,
yeah. And we did it on our own. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very awesome. Well, we're rounding up on this half hour. It goes super fast. And I took lots of yummy notes. I love it. But I like to give the end of the show, I like to give you guys an opportunity to, talk about how people can find you, whatever you want that you haven't said about your business yet, just to give that spiel and let people know where you're at, how they can book a session with you, or whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Go ahead, Laura.
We are located in South Beloit. We're on the corner of Prairie Hill Road and Industrial Parkway. We are located in the same building as Integrity Auto Care because we are a family-owned business. Salt therapy is very natural and holistic. And if you ever wanted to try something different, just either with the family or a group of friends, we highly encourage you to come out and take a look, because it's something you have to see and be able to, to observe, to be able to really, truly appreciate it. Our room, our Zen Den is beautiful. It's relaxing. And, I can't think of one person who wouldn't benefit from a session just to be able to enjoy it. Once you try it, you're going to love it. Guaranteed, hands down. You know, you're going to love it. And it also will provide healing relief for you. It's great for your wellness routine. It boosts your immune system. And, you know, there's no negative side effects from it. So it really is truly amazing. And you can't really say that with everything. So it's a safe environment to come and check out. And you can do it with friends and family.
Right.
And I think in the time of COVID, and we're still in it, right? There's maybe a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, but we are all stressed and overwhelmed and feeling, you know, so many different things that I think attending, you know, one of your SALT sessions would probably be key for anybody, right? For everybody right now, especially right now, regardless of whatever. So, yeah. I actually put up your Facebook. They can find you Salt+Sol Health Therapy on Facebook, and then saltandsoul.net on your website. Is there anything else that you want the viewers to know before we go?
When you go to our website, there's lots of information on there about salt therapy. You know, we have a lot of facts on there and studies. And of course, if you have any questions at all, just reach out to us. Rosa and I would be glad to answer any questions for you. And we love giving tours. So you can stop in and see us, and we'll be glad to show you around.
Absolutely.
And they're always smiling. So the Salt thank you so much for this wonderful chat today. And everybody else, if you are catching it late and on the replay, drop us a note saying hello so we can say hello back. But until next week, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.